We are to the final week of the regular season. We have come this far. I mean, I can't believe it. We start playoffs next week. We have a lot to go over. But what can I say? It's been one heck of a season. And I can't wait for playoffs. But anyways, we got one more week left of football. Lots to get to. Lots to talk about. Let's get to the show.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', yo? It's your man, Clapboy Bales. And welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports, where we got our final weekly predictions of the regular season, which is crazy to think about. I know. But before we get to the games, we got a lot to cover. Obviously, some teams are eliminated, some teams are already clinched, some teams have yet to clinch, and some teams are trying to get in the runnings, hopefully, before being eliminated. So, a lot of things we have to go over before we get to the games. A lot of games, obviously, I'm probably going to zoom through most of them because some of them are, like, meaningless games. Some of them are games that are very important, but mostly this week is meaningless for teams that are already, like, eliminated or clinched or done whatever. So, here are some of the most important details going into this week. So, starting with the AFC East, if Buffalo wins, they basically clinch. If New England wins and Buffalo loses, they clinch the division. Basically simple as that. The only other team that has not clinched a division spot is the NFC West. If the Rams basically win, they will clinch. However, if Arizona wins and the Rams lose, they will clinch. So, basically, it's the same situation for the AFC East and the NFC West. Obviously, those two spots yet to be determined. For the wild card for the AFC, this is a big pickle for the wild card, basically. So right now, for the AFC wild card, if Indianapolis wins, they basically clinch. Simple as that. If the LA Chargers, who have the next spot, if they win, or they tie, they'll clinch. Basically like that. If Las Vegas wins, they'll clinch. So those three teams right now have the spots. Also, if Indianapolis loses, all the Chargers and the Vegas Raiders have to do is kneel out the entire game, and they'll get in the playoffs. It's crazy enough to actually see that happening, but it could. All right, next up. Pittsburgh. So if you win, and Indianapolis loses, and Vegas and Chargers, they don't tie, Pittsburgh wins. Baltimore, if they win, and Indianapolis, Miami, and the Chargers lose, same situation. I mean, I can't believe those two teams are even still in the running. Alright, NFC wildcard. San Francisco. They win, they basically clinch. They have to clinch the last wildcard spot. However, if New Orleans, who is still in the hunt right now, if they win and San Francisco loses, they clinch. Another situation for you for the liking. And then finally, talking about clinching the bye and the 1 seed. Right now for the AFC, it is kind of a little close to be countered with, but right now, Tennessee's got the 1 seed. So here's the deal. If Tennessee wins, they clinch. If Kansas City wins and Tennessee loses, Kansas City clinches. If Cincinnati wins and Tennessee and Kansas City lose and Buffalo also wins, Cincinnati will clinch the 1 seed, weirdly enough. And then finally, Buffalo has no chance at the 1 seed, so New England, if they win, and then Tennessee, Kansas City, and Cincinnati, of course Buffalo losing as well, New England will get in. Pretty simple as that. And then finally, for the NFC number 1 seed, has already been clinched by the Green Bay Packers. So that's all you need to know on that. Now let's get to the schedule. So starting things off with a doubleheader on ESPN and ABC, we will have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. Second time these two teams faced. Denver, they got really nothing to play for. Kansas City, if they want to get the 1 seed, they have to win this game. So Denver just is an awful team this year. They just have the most boring offense I've ever seen. Kansas City should win this game. And then next up, after that, Dallas at Philadelphia. Dallas right now, I think, has the number 4 seed. But if they win and hopefully Tampa Bay and LA lose, I think Dallas gets up to the 3rd. I think that's what it was. And then, but Philadelphia's already clinched, so they got really nothing to prove, I think. But I think Dallas, needs this more, so I'm going to pick Dallas to win this game. So that's how I feel. Alright, going on to Sunday. I'm going to be a lot quick with a lot of these matchups because a lot of them are just eliminated teams, and I'm just going to pick a winner because I feel like that's who I think will win. Alright, let's start with Cincinnati and Cleveland. Cleveland's got nothing to prove, plus Baker Mayfield's out in case Keenum's starting. Cleveland will just probably rest all their people. Cincinnati, if they want to get the 1 seed, they got to win. So I'm going to take Cincinnati winning this game. Plus, Joe Burrow's just been on absolute fire as of recently. I mean, the dude cannot be stopped. Next up, Green Bay at Detroit. Green Bay claims they're going to play all their starters to avoid basically not being ready for playoffs, as we all saw in 2011. Hopefully that never happens again. And they're at Detroit. Detroit, you know what, they can play hard, but I'm going to say Green Bay wins just because they think they're going to really want to try to win this game. Alright, next up. Obviously, seeing the same thing. You don't want to see what happened to the Brewers, Like, the Brewers just decided to not really give in to their final 6 games, and they completely went off, and look at how bad they did in the playoffs. I don't want to see that happen in Green Bay. So Green Bay, I think, needs to go in there and win this game. Next up, Chicago and Minnesota. 2 teams that are completely eliminated and just, they don't really have any point to really playing. I'm going to pick Minnesota. I think if Kirk Cousins decides randomly he'll just play, I'll say Minnesota. If not, I'll say Chicago. But this really depends on Kirk Cousins' availability. I'll say Minnesota wins this one. Next up, Washington football team, New York Giants. The Giants, have you seen them lately? They suck. I'm taking Washington. No need to even discuss this one. Next up, Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Indianapolis wants this win so they can get into the playoffs. They should beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville is so bad to the point where it's unbearable to even watch them. Indianapolis better win this game, and if they lose this game, that will be embarrassing. Indianapolis, absolutely. Next up, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. 2 teams that are really trying to get in. If they win, obviously they're facing each other. If one of these teams wins, they do have a shot of getting in, which is going to be the bare minimum. Pittsburgh, in my opinion, I just don't really see can do much. I think Baltimore has played slightly better. Even though Pittsburgh won the first matchup, I don't see it happening again. I say Baltimore at home wins this game. Next up, Tennessee and Houston. Tennessee wants the 1st seed. They're going to get Derrick Henry back maybe this week. They're going to push for it. And Tennessee is going to look dangerous like they did back at the beginning of the season. They're going to be a team that definitely really looks confident moving forward. Houston, they've had some interesting playmaking abilities. This is going to be a team that really goes for the future. But Tennessee, I think, will come out on top victorious. Next up, New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons. New Orleans obviously needs to win this game. Atlanta has nothing to prove. Of course, I have to say New Orleans wins this game because really this is everything going on the line for New Orleans right now. If they win and San Francisco loses, New Orleans gets in. They got to know how to win this game. Next up, New York Jets, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, if they win this game, they win the division. They should do it against the New York Jets. Even though the Jets have been playing a lot better recently, I still will take Buffalo winning this game. Next up, San Francisco at Los Angeles. You know what? I'm very puzzled. Because here's the thing. If Los Angeles wants to win this game, they have to really win. But Matthew Stafford in clutch situations just hasn't been clutch. And I think that's going to be something down the line that could potentially, cost them in the playoffs. They already have the playoffs, and I don't think it's going to matter. However, I do not see them winning this game. San Francisco still knows how to beat LA. It's still going to happen. San Francisco will win this and clinch the playoffs. Next up, New England at Miami. New England wants the chance at the division. If they win, they get a chance at the division. Miami, yes, they were frauds. I thought they were really on the right path, but I was wrong. They completely got decimated by Tennessee. I see New England winning this game. Sorry, Miami, you had a good run, but not this year. Maybe next year. And then Seattle taking on Arizona. Looking at this matchup, I'm not really sure on who to pick here. Oh, wait. Seattle is eliminated. What am I saying? The first time in like a decade. Crazy, huh? Arizona, if they want to get the division, they have to win this game. Arizona takes on this Seattle Seahawks and wins at home. Next up, Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina sucks. Tampa Bay is Tom Brady. You know that. We're not going to really talk about this game. Tampa Bay destroyed them 2 weeks ago. They're going to do the same thing again. Tampa Bay wins this game and wins out at home. Los Angeles Chargers and Las Vegas Raiders is your final regular season matchup of the year. If, as I said, Indianapolis loses, all these two teams need to do is kneel the entire game and they will get in the playoffs. Yes, you heard me correctly. So that's the case. But the thing is, if I had to pick one of these two teams to win, because I'm assuming Indianapolis will beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, even though Indy has not won in Jacksonville since 2014. I had no idea why, but that's the truth. When I look at this, I see the Chargers winning this game just because they have the slight advantage, but I got to really give it up to the Raiders for everything they've been through. The Gruden drama, Henry Ruggs, recently Nate Hobbs and Arnett and all these people that have gotten arrested. And just, this has been a dramatic season. And even if the Raiders don't make the playoffs or get in or have a stint or whatever, they had a rough season. I got to give credit to their coach for really pushing them through. What a season for the Las Vegas Raiders. But I will take the Chargers winning this game. It's going to be interesting to see how everything pans out to finish the season, but I honestly am excited for this final week. As a Green Bay fan, I can just sit back and relax knowing this game is means nothing, is meaningless, and I can just watch some football and enjoy everything. Same thing for next week with the wild card game, and then obviously be ready for the divisional. Obviously, down the line, I'm going to make more videos talking about that and all this stuff, and it'll be interesting. But anyways, enjoy this final week of regular season football for all the teams that still have one more game left. And of course, we have 4 more weeks of fun football, which is going to be exciting. I can't believe the season's wrapping up already and will be over in about a month. So anyways, it is your man Clubboy Bales. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever. And as always, stay safe and be smart. Go Pack Go. We will see you next time.